So, yeah, I haven't shot a single roll of film in over 2 months, and it's partly the X-E4's fault, and partly not really its fault. The thing is, I've stopped shooting film, but let me explain. So I have a pretty simple and specific workflow that I follow when shooting film. It's nothing special really, it's as everyone does. I just load the film into the camera, go outside, shoot some pictures, usually like a third of a stop overexposed to get shadow details when I get my scans back. But yeah, I do that, I send them off to the lab, or if I want to feel pain, I develop them myself. But yeah, send them off to the lab. I get the scans back and I just gather the ones that I like, throw them into Lightroom, and I do three things mainly. I'll boost the shadows a little bit, drop the highlights a little bit, and if I really need to, I'll adjust the saturation and a couple colors. There's not much editing I do in my photos, so pretty much what I shoot is what I get. And if you don't know about this somehow, Fujifilm has this very handy things that is pretty much film simulations, that it just kind of gives you the film look on a digital file, on a JPEG file, without you having to do anything. But that's just like, they give you some default ones. What's really, really important is that they let you tweak them. So you basically have a tiny version of Lightroom inside your camera, which lets you do tone curve adjustments and pretty much exactly what I do in Lightroom, which is boost the shadows and drop the highlights a little bit. So that has kind of allowed me to ditch the whole process of shooting film pretty much, because the thing that made me shoot film is that it has that look and something that you sort of can't replicate with digital sensors until Fujifilm came along and was like, hey, you actually can do that. But that's more of the technical side of things. That's really boring, sort of. And there's a lot of YouTube channels that talk about that, like watch some more better videos than this one on that topic. I want to talk more about why and like what have the consequences of getting a Fujifilm camera been for my photography. And in the couple months that I've had this guy, first of all, I've been shooting a lot more. And while I've been shooting a lot more, it doesn't mean I have sort of like been bitten by the digital bug. I feel like film has taught me to be more intentional with my shots and what I point my camera at, and that has sort of transferred to this. So now I have sort of the freedom to take as many shots as I want, and that brings me to experimenting with different subjects and not just sticking to the same thing that I always shoot, which is like houses. I've been starting to shoot street photography because film cameras don't have autofocus. You can zone focus, of course, but it's still that, like, I don't want to click the shutter because I'm wasting film if this photo isn't good, so you're just like waiting around anxiously for something to happen and it never happens, and you just miss all the shots and you don't know what you're shooting. So for a beginner in street photography, film is a very bad idea. With this, I've just like been going around having this in my hand, taking pictures of like everything around me, and it's sort of like, since it's digital, it gives me that freedom of just like shooting without worrying about wasting stuff, but it still gives me that look that I really like from film. I guess what I'm trying to say, and the conclusion that I'm trying to arrive to, is I really wanted something that was as good looking and as fun to shoot as film, but kind of have it in a digital package would be more convenient to like shoot. I know you didn't click on this video for me to ramble about things for a while, so let's go show everyone what this little guy can do. Hi, welcome back. All the photos in that sequence you just saw are pretty much straight out of camera JPEGs, no edits, no nothing, and personally I think they give film a pretty good run for its money, at least in the looks department. I really honestly couldn't really tell the difference if I put like a film picture beside the Fuji JPEG side by side. And I think that's a pretty good thing to have. But hey, you can judge for yourself. Maybe let me know down in the comments if you actually think these pictures look like film or not. I guess that's pretty much the conclusion of this video. I'd just like to add that remember that it's not always about the camera, it's not always about the lenses that you have, and it's actually more about the technique that you use and what you can do with the tools that are available to you. Maybe start working with what you have and experiment and do your own thing. That's pretty much it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Hopefully it won't take me 3 months to make, but that's been it. Peace.